How many of you wants to be financially free? How many of you wants to have a time freedom also? In addition to financial freedom. Financial freedom is not enough if you don't have time to enjoy. True? Does it make sense? So we are in the same room. Thank you. Thanks, Abdullah, for this opportunity to share what I have learned from great mentors in the world. Now, learning was not enough. What if I say that it was implementation? Now, if I say it was easy, I'm wrong. But if I say it was simple, yes, it was very simple. So that's what I'm going to share today in my presentation. I would like to appreciate your time because you are here in this room. Without you, this session cannot be that energetic, impressive. I want to make this more interactive. So maybe I will be asking you some questions. I would insist make some notes because this information which I'm going to share, I have learned during last 14 years from different mentors in the world, not just one mentors. I have traveled all over the world, you can say, learned from different mentors, applied, almost invested more than $300,000 to learn by paying mentors, traveling to US, Canada, different countries, and I'm still traveling to learn from mentors. So I would like to thank Abdullah and EcoLearn team for taking this initiative. Now, this question we already answered. You want time freedom? So what I'm going to share today with you or what you will learn, some simple things. Because we are going to decode financial freedom. Because many times there are a lot of myths about financial freedom. How many of you attend different events and learn different things about financial freedom and that overwhelms your mind? True? I'm going to make very simple. At the end of this session, you will go with many dots connected. The same information when I have learned from my mentors, many dots I have connected. So what is financial freedom? Now, second one, why it is important. See, this is very important. Why? What is okay? What you can learn? You can attend events, you can watch YouTube, you can read books. But why is important? Now, for us, every person has a different why. How many of you have agreed that it is different why for us? True? So, why financial freedom? And some simple steps, how to achieve it, how you can start with. Does it make sense? So, great. So, you'll be thinking who this guy is. Few of you knows me, but many of you don't know me. So, my name is Dipak Bhadra. This is my new identity since last 6 years. Now, before 6 years, 30 years I was in corporate. I was only in one industry, HVAC industry. How many of you are familiar with HVAC industry? Air conditioning. I did, the time I finished my college in 1989 till 2019, I was in air conditioning industry. So what I was doing, I was helping people to provide comfort by cooling, correct? Our body needs comfort. Do you agree that? Now what I do, I help people to provide comfort internally, mind, alignment. This is my book. I became author 3 years back, exactly 3 years back. Today is 27th. 30th April 2022, my book launch was there. That was my first book I have launched. Thank you. Thanks. I never thought before, I'm an engineer, this idea never came to my mind that I can write a book. Because I thought that, okay, I'm an engineer, I'm a technical person, book writing is not for me. But when I understood the importance of book, it inspired me. But I went to mentor and learn how to write a book. Then I am certified consultant with Bob Proctor. How many of you are familiar with Bob Proctor? I personally met Bob Proctor 9 times during trainings. Now, Bob was not coming here. I was going to Canada and US for my training. So these are few of my mentors. I have many mentors. So Bob Proctor is who made me transform my life. But before that, I learned from Robert Kiyosaki about money. I was, you can say, least bothered about managing my money till 2012. Till the age of 46, I thought that, okay, I'm responsible to earn, but I have people like financial planners, you can say the banks who will manage my money well. How many of you have experienced this? That you give your money to manage somebody else, and then in return, your money is not managed. I have experienced that, and that time, it made me to decide to go to Robert Kiyosaki to learn about money. I learned about money. The seed of financial freedom was planted in my mind. I wanted to be financially free. But for first 5 years, nothing was happening. I started following his advice. I bought some properties. And he always says that your passive income is your, you can say, passive income is your positive cash flow in your pocket from properties. So I had two properties. One was giving me positive cash flow, one was giving negative cash flow at the end of 5 years. And that was making me frustrated that what I am doing wrong. There is something wrong. I have all the knowledge in my mind. I went to best mentor in the world about money. 18 months I learned from him and his team, but my results were zero. How many of you go through this frustration, experience? We all go through this. Like, see, this was the process. But when you are ready, the universe will send somebody in your life. And that was Bob Proctor in my life. But that was not enough. Like, see, then I made a decision to become a coach with Bob Proctor, consultant with him. But I was, you can say, not a public speaker. I never spoke in front of 10 people like this. My own self-image was that I'm introvert. I'm not a networker. I'm not good in speaking English. All those my own self-limiting beliefs. But when I decided to become a coach with Bob, that was not helping me. If I can't share what I'm offering, nobody will come. But then Bob told me, no, you have to change your identity. You have to become good at public speaking. I went to this guy, Andy Harrington. How many of you know Andy Harrington? He's UK-based public speaker. I'm lifetime member with his company. Then COVID came. How many of you know that online presence has suddenly, you can say, become mandatory, not only necessity? So I went to my online coach, Siddharth Rajshekhar, business coach. I was employee for 30 years, but I have decided to go to business coach. Sales coach. How many of you are familiar with Blair Singer, who is a Rich Dad advisor? I went to him for sales because selling is very important. Book writing, adventures. So everything what I see, this is the life I live now. But I always give example. How many of you did skydiving? And how was the experience when you were pushed out of the plane? Amazing, but was it, this is me. This is the real picture. And this is same thing when you leave your job. Like I connect with this, that when I left my job, I was giving up everything which I was getting as a luxury. A salary of say 169,000 per month dirhams. That was I was earning when I decided to leave my job. All the facilities, annual vacation, business class tickets, big car. But that was not enough. Something else was driving me. But this was the moment. But then within few seconds, it was amazing experience, correct? Somebody went to skydiving, I think that there's 2 days back, correct? So this is the experience when you do with faith. So this was a fear. This is the faith. The transformation was just few seconds. True? But this is what I do now. I go mountaineering, I learn scuba diving, I go for retreats. Now, how many of you feel that you want to live that kind of life? Everybody, we want to do something different. Now, I don't want to impress you. I want to impress upon you that if I can do it, you can do it. And what I did, just by updating myself. This is what now, I will not go much in detail. I enjoy doing these events. Whenever Abdullah wants me to be in his event, this is my third, you can say, chance or opportunity to be on EcoLearn Summit. And I enjoy this because I know that I'm inspiring people. I'm leaving them with impression of increase. So let's go to the main key for what is financial freedom. What is financial freedom? Any person wants to share? What is financial freedom? True. It's so in Robert Kiyosaki's definition, he says that when your passive income exceeds monthly expenses, correct? But does school teach us, any of you have learned this in school? No, they don't teach about money and mind both. And we are talking about mindset and money, true? Schools are based on this, reading, remembering, recalling. Does it make sense? Even the time when I was studying and the time now. School teach based on those. There is nothing wrong. Like you need to have reading skills, you need to have remembering skills, you need to have recalling skills. But is that enough in the real life? It's not enough to live and life with abundance and prosperity, correct? And freedom of choice. So, what is financial freedom? When your passive income, So what is passive income? We have learned yesterday also that Abdullah and Lama, they took us on this gamification of, so you have fair idea. So passive income comes from rental income. If you're having positive cash flow, if it is negative cash flow, it becomes liability. Copyrights, so if you make a music album, or if you have built some app, so there are many ways of copywriting, dividends, and book. I've written book 3 years back. Now I don't say book is money making, but book is my business card. Whenever I go with my book, it works as my visiting card. People will keep your visiting card somewhere in the drawer, but they will always keep your book in their bookshelf, correct? The time comes when they will read your book. So these are some sort of passive income. Passive income is more than monthly expenses. You are financially free. Then stage comes is a wealth creation or legacy building. So we are today discussing about financial freedom. And I learned from this gentleman that this is what financial freedom is. Before that, I never heard even word called financial freedom. Till 2012, I was not aware that there is something called financial freedom. I was happy with the results. I was getting good growth, salary, but I was still in the rat race. I was still in the trap. I was still trading my time. And when I realized that there is some better life called financial freedom, I have decided to be financially free. Now, what are the expenses? Yesterday, we have gone through that game also, so I don't have to get much into detail. Rent, groceries, education, and many other things, which are the expenses. What is wealth? Now, yesterday we have get that clarification also. What is wealth? Time. Now, wealth is measured in terms of, so normally people say wealth is measured the way how much money you have in your bank account, correct? But what if I say that wealth is measured in time? We learned this. How many, so if suppose you stop working, trading your time, how many days, weeks, months, years, decades or centuries you can survive, that is the wealth. That is again Robert Kiyosaki. See, what I am sharing, I have learned, but I have applied. It's not only learning. So this is the definition of wealth. How many days? Now wealth is connected with money. True? So let's go little bit deep dive into money. So what is money? Now these days, okay, there are digital money, but conventional way, if we say money is the medium of exchange of services and reward we receive. True? It's exchange of service. Suppose Abdullah is doing event here, he is inspiring maybe hundreds of people in the room and then online. But he is paying to the hotel, correct? Attendees, they have paid, say, ticket, but then they are getting much more value. True? So when we share more values and collect less, this is again Bob Proctor. So it is exchange of use value and cash value. True? Now this was something new for me, that I have to give more use value and collect cash value. So exchange is happening, but there is a more exchange of value. True? Are we doing everything like we are exchanging values? Maybe you are employee, maybe you are in business, but it is exchange of value. Now this is something I learned from Bob Proctor. Again, it is based on what you also shared, Abdullah, that 96% people, so there are 3 income earning strategies, M1, M2, M3. M1 is you trade your time. And there is a limitation. So 96% people in the world, they hold 1% wealth. Because they just do this. They trade their time for money. And we all have limited time. If our strategy is just because based on this, we will put a ceiling, we will put a limit. M2. M2 is somebody say born rich. You don't have to bother. Your parents, grandparents, they build legacy and wealth. And then you are in that environment where money is making more money. But there are only limited people. So that is 3% people, they follow this strategy. But then there are 1% people in the world who are holding 96% of wealth. Now what they do? They have multiple sources of income. True? They don't have one source. Because they are operating at different mindset. They are not just, maybe initially they have traded their time. Initially, everybody starts with that. True? So this is Bob Proctor's learning, which I learned, and I'm still following that. I have multiple sources of income, which I was having 6 years back, only one source. Now, this is already discussed, so I will not go for this. But what these people do, there is exchange of time and money here. So suppose there is a Richard Branson who is having maybe 10,000 plus employees. He borrows 8 hours of these people and he pays money. And then he keep on working on his passion. He's working on the building his space tourism, and multiple things he is doing. These people, they trade more time. And they are working harder than their employees. Or when they were employee, they were working 8 or 9 hours per day. But when they are here, they bought a job for themselves. They are working maybe 12 hours, 14 hours, no weekend, no vacations. True? This is the reality. But it is a journey. Investor, what they do? They use other people's money, which Abdullah has already explained, so I will not go. How many of you have filled your personal financial statement? So, this is the power of cash flow game. I learned filling my personal financial statement by playing cash flow game. So if you have not done this, see, personal financial statement is like your report card, correct? How many of you are getting report card when you were in school or college? And you were gauged based on your report card, whether you are good student or not good student. But when you go to suppose financial institution, and if you want to have money, and if you show your college report card or school report card, are they going to give you money, lend money? No. What they will ask you? This document, your personal financial statement, how well you are doing in terms of wealth, how well you are managing your money. True? See, this is the some breakout. So income, expense, asset, liability. I will not go much in detail. For this you need to play cash flow game. But this is very important. Then assets and liability. How many of you agree that cash flow is very important in business or in personal life? Yeah? Now what if I share, okay, if you have read Rich Dad book, you will be aware that there are 3 cash flow patterns. Average person or poor person first. So what poor person? Now poor person can be doctor also, pilot also, earning maybe 100,000, 200,000 dirham per month also can be a poor person if we define them based on their cash flow. So what they do? Whatever they earn, they spend. They don't have anything in assets. They don't have liabilities also because they feel that debt is bad. So whatever they earn, they spend. So this is as per Robert Kiyosaki's definition, they are considered as poor people in terms of the way cash flows in their life. Second group is average. Now what average people do? They build a lot of liabilities. They have credit card loans, they have personal loans, they have their own big home on mortgage, they have students loan, many things are there, big car. So they build liabilities. So whatever they earn, first they have to clear liabilities. How many of you feel that if suppose they stop paying to bank, what will happen? There will be consequences. They will be stopped at airports. So they have to pay that first. Then do you agree that there are expenses also for them? They have groceries, they have their own expenses. So the way cash flows is this: income, liabilities, expenses, and again nothing in the asset. That is average person's cash flow pattern. Third one is rich people. Now what rich people they do? If you see, they build assets and their assets takes care of it becomes their income and it takes care of expenses. Now this is the real financial freedom is. How many of you wants to be in that? I build that. With learning this, I am here, my assets are working for me. Now Abdullah is helping on stock market and paper assets. I follow real estate, which I learned from Robert Kiyosaki, but you need something which generates money for you when you are sleeping. True? Then you are working. I don't say that then sit on the beach and Jumeirah beach or travel and do nothing. You will be doing something. But that something you will be really loved to do. But you don't need to know how to do it. I didn't know that. I was scared when I made a decision. But Bob says you don't need to know how. You only need to know what you want. And this was not in my dream also, what I am doing today. But he helped me. He always says that it is your purpose that drives you. Then I asked him, what is purpose? He says, your purpose is a reason why you wake up in the morning. Now, your reason to wake up in the morning is not just to go onto your business or on your job. Your purpose is much bigger than that. It is much bigger than paying the bills. And this was a light bulb moment for me. I found my purpose to do what I'm doing today. Hope you are finding some value till that time. It may be a new things. It was new for me. Now comes is why financial freedom. So that was what basics of what. Why financial freedom? Why want to be financially free? You need a strong reason. Now your reason can be having a business. Your reason can be travel. Your reason can be spending time with family. Your reason can be having luxury. Or your reason can be just sitting somewhere and having a cup of tea. It's all correct. It's all. So you need that reason. It's not just having millions and billions in the bank account. That is not financial freedom. It's not having holiday homes at multiple places. That is the side effect, or that is the byproducts of wealth creation and financial freedom. But many times we have wrong concept about financial freedom. You can be financially free when your passive income exceeds your monthly expenses. Even in cash flow game, a person, janitor, truck driver, car mechanic also can be financially free. Many times they feel that how they can come out of the rat race. But when you play that game, that will be the best way to start. I started my journey with cash flow game. So you need to have a clarity why you want to be financially free. So these are some of the areas of our life. Like, see, we want mental well-being, we want physical well-being, we want relationship, we want wealth, we want luxury, we want adventure, we want to spend time with family. Now, this I call as alignment. True? How many of you, like we have today, Abdullah was sharing that awareness, alignment, and action, correct? So, alignment is the bridge between awareness and action. We need to be aligned, all the areas of life. So, if I use the example, these are some small examples of alignment. Now, if you plug your laptop charger in the socket, then only electricity will flow. It will flow, correct? You switch on. Without doing that, it will not flow. Yeah, we have to switch on. So, this is how it works. The planets. Do you agree that universe is having planets, and planets are, you can say, orbiting in its own, you can say, in orbit. They are not colliding with each other. We never have a question that by evening, in 6-7 hours, there will be evening or dark or night. It will be dark. Next day again, morning, there will be sunlight. So, those universe is working in alignment. Seasons comes. We know that April is a summer season in Dubai. Next 4 months, we will not question why it is hot in Dubai, correct? Because we know that. In November, again, it will be pleasant weather. Different parts, but it works in alignment. Seasons, seed. Now, do you agree that when a seed aligns with the soil, it grows? If you have a mango seed, but if it is not right soil, if you take mango seed and go to desert in Kudra and then plant there and then visit every day and nurture it, water it, fertilize it, is it going to grow? No, because soil is not conducive, environment is not right. So you need right soil. Same thing, machines. Do you agree that machines, if they are misaligned, it will not work functionally? If the flights, if the engine, left engine, right engine are not aligned, what will happen? It will crash. So everything works in alignment. Simple example, how many of you are driving car? Everybody? Does it happen ever that one of the wheel is misaligned? There is a vibration, there is wobbling. Does it happen? What you do? You stop, you go to garage and get it fixed, correct? You will not keep driving with that wheel which is misaligned. True? Now what if you keep on driving, what will happen? Car is not in your control. True? Steering is not, even if you want to go straight, it will pull you on another side. It is risky, it may lead to accident. And it will damage your car also. Now, what if I say in our life, these are the 4 areas. Mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being, financial well-being. True? How many of you agree that most of the people, they spend time on financial well-being because that is required. But at the same time, how many of you agree that many people, they compromise on other three areas? Mental well-being, there is no peace of mind. Emotional well-being, there is no time for relationship. And then physical well-being, they keep on delaying. No, tomorrow I will do this. Tomorrow I will go to gym. Tomorrow I will do this. Does it make sense? So why I am taking you is financial well-being is important. But when you are financially free, do you agree that you can do justice to other three areas of your life? True? So, yeah, absolutely. So that's why the financial freedom or financial well-being is very important in life. Now, this should be your why. Where I am leading you is know your why. Which of the wheel is right now you feel is misaligned, or which of the wheel you need it needs more attention or immediate attention. You have your answers. I will not ask what are your answers, but success in life or financial freedom in life is all about alignment. True? Now, why there is a misalignment? How many of you come across? Now, this is from local newspaper. I just took screenshot or photo. This was few weeks back. A wake-up call for professionals who choose work over health. This is from UAE, College Times, or maybe Gulf News. I get both newspapers. So Abdullah was referring, correct? When people are stressed and they are on the screen and they have 3 screens, they smoke, they have all those junk drinks. What happens? They are not aware. They are not having sleep. Like they follow up on all the markets. What happens? Correct? This is what, this brings stress. What next? How many of you have read this in 2-3 weeks back in newspaper? This was on first page of newspaper. Market bloodbath. And then Trump tariff. This was both over on the same day, different newspaper. Now, do we come across this information every day? From newspaper, from social media, from TV, correct? And that takes our mental well-being. We start having worry. What will happen to my investment? What will happen to the world? What will happen to market? Cost of living is increasing. How many of you have noticed in last 15 days that cost of living, even at small extent, but it has increased? What are the 2 things which one? Parking and Salik? It is a small change, but cost of living is increasing. How much percentage of rents have increased in Dubai in last 2 years? Almost 50%. True? Now, is earning has increased, whether you are business owner or working professional? Is earning increased up to that proportion? No. So what happens? It will bring this worry. It will take mental well-being. People will have sleepless nights. What is this? People are stuck in traffic. And then that brings anxiety. So this article newspaper says that people are having anxiety because they spend a lot of time on traffic. They are stuck. And what happens when they are in driving, they have to reach somewhere and the worry starts taking in place in the mind. True? Divorce rates are increasing because of rising cost. Now these are all real, like it's not created by me. This is in the media. But from where it comes? Rising cost, daily pressure, and that results into all these things. Depression, disorder, mental disease, mental health, stress, recovery, all those things are taking peace of mind from people. This is also again a state. Top cause of stress. In UAE, 45% is because of current cost of living, personal finance and family finance. Now similar things you will see throughout the world, Saudi Arabia, global. Now, so money plays very important part in our life. True? So now, the first definition was of Robert Kiyosaki, which is your passive income is more than monthly expenses. Now I found the answer why I was not reaching anywhere close to financial freedom was this. I was missing, or I was having lack of this awareness, that it is 95% mindset, 5% strategy. Now how many of you follow more on strategy? I was the person for first 4-5 years of my journey of financial freedom, I was following just strategy. Buying real estate and then depending on rent. But that was not enough because I had no clear why. Why I want to be financially free? How my life will look like when I'm financially free? Now, if you are not having this clear picture, start thinking from there. The moment you start thinking from there, the solution will show up. Now, I want you to go through this small few seconds exercise. I want you to think about your family. Maybe you are here, your family is at home, kids, parents, think about them. Think about your friends. Maybe they are here in UAE, maybe they are outside UAE. Think about your pets if you have pets. Think about your home, your car, Burj Khalifa, which is just on this side. How many of you have started getting images on screen of your mind? Nobody? Only few people? We all think in images, correct? The moment I ask you think about Burj Khalifa, even though you can't see, but your mind will create that image. True? Now, if a person living in, say, remote part of the world, who has never been to Dubai, who has never seen picture of Burj Khalifa, and if you ask that person, what kind of image that person will have about Burj Khalifa, Dr. Batul? Nothing. No, even that person will not have that it is a building. So for him it is two words, correct? Burj and Khalifa. He will not have that exact structure. So that is what happen when we don't have a picture of something, we always have a confusion. So that person will have a confusion, correct? He has never seen picture of Burj Khalifa, he has never been here. So what if I say the same thing happens with us when it comes to mind? How many of you are having clear image of mind? How mind looks like? Now I'm going deep into details. So pay very close attention, because from this point onwards, if you miss something, you will not be able to connect the dots. So how mind looks like? Do you get this kind of image? Yeah, that's what due to school. Absolutely, yeah. That's what I learned till 2016 April. That's what whenever I think about mind, this image comes. But what if I say that is the brain? Yeah, that is the brain. It's not mind. Brain is a physical part of your body. Mind is an activity. But do you agree that you need an image to work with? Yeah, you need an image to work with. So this is the image which I learned from Bob Proctor. How many of you have studied or learned or know a little bit about this image? Yeah, so this is called stick person. Bob Proctor's model was teaching was this. And when there is a order, there is a picture, there is a clarity. True? So this is what the image. So he says this is not the real picture of mind, but you need an image to work with. And this image, Bob says, has changed his life. I would say it has changed my life. It brings clarity and flow. So this is, you can imagine that your head is your mind, and your all part of below your neck is your body. And do you agree that mind and body needs to be aligned? Again, I'm coming to theme of alignment. If your mind says something and body will not do that, it happens. Best example is you decide night before you want to wake up early in the morning. You set alarm. Alarm rang, you snooze, again rang, again snooze. Even you were decided, you were having good intention, but it doesn't happen because there is a knowing and doing gap. The subconscious mind, which is how many of you have heard that everything we do with subconscious mind? Correct? Yeah, we know that it is power of subconscious mind. There is a book, everybody says, but what is subconscious mind? And how you can influence your subconscious mind. And this is very important part in financial freedom. Now, I learned only from Bob Proctor about this concept. I have many mentors, but nobody touched subconscious mind up to this level. Bob was master on this. Bob has dedicated his 66 years of his life or 62 years of his life on this subject. So, what happens? Your conscious mind is responsible for your thoughts, your ideas, your dreams. Now, this is the model. If I show you this is the model. Same thing. Now, any idea what are these 5 antennas on this? Okay, it's not shown here. What are the 5 antennas? On the head you see, there are senses, correct? Which are the senses? We have 5 senses. See, hear, smell, taste and touch, true? And you are receiving this information using your 2 senses. You can see me and you can hear me, true? And how many of you connect or resonate with this information that this makes some sense? Yeah? So now this information has gone to your subconscious mind. And how many of you have started getting some change in your vibration on your body? It's called body like vibration. So your thoughts, your feelings and your vibration. Now this is when these 3 things are in alignment, the magic happens. But you need to learn that. That is not taught in school. Like I never learned till the age of 49. Now 49 people say it was too late. Why I need to get into this? I had a good life. I had a good job. But I had a reason. Should I wait for 60 years of my age and then my company tells me that tomorrow you are not required or we have your farewell party. We'll give you a gift. And then day after tomorrow, manage yourself. Now this hit was me at the age of 49. When I have seen my father retiring at 71. 71 was a good age to retire. He worked for a company in Oman for 40 years. He was active. Now at 71, people will have some health issues. Even though he was active, he was productive, but then he was asked to, in a polite way, that now you can retire it. They give a Rolex watch to him. But I have seen worry and fear on his face that what I will do from tomorrow. He was so active for his working life that he had no answer. What next? How I will spend my time? What I will do? And that made me think that should I wait till 60 and then go through the same experience or I do something now? And when I was ready, it always says that when you are ready, universe will show up something, correct? And that was Bob Proctor showed up in my life. But I made a decision to surrender, to go to him, to learn from him. Now what happens? Suppose your conscious mind is responsible for thoughts. Do you know what subconscious mind is responsible? Feelings. How many of you feel that feeling is very important? Correct? It's a feeling. Now, if you are, people says, okay, think positive. But if you are not feeling positive, it's a misalignment. Your car is not aligned. True? Does it make sense? Are you getting some answers? I got my answers. And then your actions will not be there. You will be frustrated that I learned so much, I worked so hard, but why my results are not changing? How many of you have experienced this? Be honest. I am honest. I was, till the age of 49, I was having these challenges. So what happens? Your conscious mind is responsible to create vision. Vision is created in conscious mind, but subconscious mind is where your beliefs are there. If you don't change your belief, we are talking about a lot about belief, correct? Yesterday there was a session about the ladies panel and they were talking about belief. Dr. Batul was talking about belief. Raj was talking about belief. Leila was talking about belief, correct? So it is a belief. Now, how many of you are aware about our visionary ruler? Correct? His quote is there. I am very much impressed by this quote that future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, execute it. True? Now, where imagination starts? In our conscious mind. But it came with desire that he was not satisfied the way Dubai was maybe 30 years back. Correct? Everything comes out of dissatisfaction. Everything comes out of dissatisfaction. True? What are the examples we come across of dissatisfaction? I will go through that, but I want to make it interactive. What are some of the common examples of dissatisfaction? Which has changed the world? Okay, income is one thing. I'm talking about some big things which has happened in the world. Let me go on this slide. So Dubai is the example. Everything you see around is come because of somebody was dissatisfied the way things was. And the first example is this. Imagine that there is no light and we are only in candle lights and oil lamps. Was there a time, maybe 150 years back, when there were no lights? True? Now what if this gentleman was satisfied with this, Thomas Edison? Will not reach there, correct? Do you agree that these gentlemen were satisfied with this mode of transportation? Do you agree that the people who have flight from different countries here, they can come so easily? True? Everything. Like, see, now these people, they didn't have resources. They were bicycle mechanics. How many of you know that Wright brothers, they were bicycle mechanics? They were not even engineers. They failed 500 times, but they didn't give up. This gentleman, correct? How many of you, I got 3-4 days back, I got this phone in my home. How many of you are familiar with this? Correct? But if Steve Jobs was satisfied with this, do you agree that we will not have this smartphone? But people who were satisfied, they didn't change. Like say Nokia. Now, how many of you use Nokia still? Nobody use. You are using. Oh, Nokia is lucky. But see, this is what. So everything comes from dissatisfaction. So if you are dissatisfied with your financial situation, yeah, I was also having Nokia. It was a so heavy phone. If you hit somebody, I think you will break their head. So everything we see, but see, then this comes where we need to change at the root belief system. How many of you agree that we have some wrong beliefs about money? True? Totally. Money is root of all the evils. You need more money to make money. Be satisfied with what you have. Money doesn't grow on tree. Now that inspired me to write that book, Grow Your Money Tree. Now if I prove that within few seconds, so money is made of what? Paper. Paper comes from where? Pulp. Pulp comes from the tree. So money is growing on tree. How many? It sometimes see those wrong myths we have, it takes few seconds to break. Yeah, but we are told, like, see, we are told that rich people are greedy. But now when we think about the rich people who are inspiring the world, like, say, Bill Gates, so I think he's donating $1 million every day. He's donating more than $370 million per year. Now we see that examples. Rich people are generous, so that will change. And how to be financially free. So I covered what? Why? Now why is very important. You need to work on your why. Why you want to be financially free. How? So first how is, this is what I learned. Now see, yesterday somebody, I think in the panel there was a question that if somebody wants to start new, what that person can do, correct? Now everybody of us, do you agree that we can always add value at what we are doing? Maybe you are on job. If you apply this law of compensation, you can increase your compensation, or you can be valuable at what you are doing, or you can find better opportunity. If you are in business, if you apply this, you can position yourself differently in the competition. True? So what this law is? So the law says that your earning, income or profit depends on three things. First is demand of what you do. Now you have answer like what, so Abdullah is helping people to grow their money, make them financially educated. It's in demand, correct? Dr. Batul, she is helping people on communication, English. Now, so you have to decide what you are doing is in demand or no. It should be in demand. Then your ability to do it. So Bob Proctor says that is the only point in your hand. If you do every day, maybe you spend half an hour, you invest half an hour in you, 1 hour in you in study, education, you can raise your ability. And then that will make you difficult to replace. Now when I learned this law, in job last 3 years, my income went double. Now I'm not telling you to impress you, I'm telling you to impress upon you. So your ability to do it and difficulty in replacing you. So that is one thing. Second thing, this is the first lesson I learned from Robert Kiyosaki. So when I started coaching with him in 2012, he asked me to buy 3 piggy banks. Now this everybody can do it, correct? Everybody in the room? And now I was a little bit surprised that paying $7,500 and this is the first lesson I have to follow. He says, no, you have to do whatever I'm telling you to do. And I bought this piggy bank. So he asked me, write on first 1 piggy bank savings, investing and tithing. Now I was not knowing what is tithing. How many of you know what tithing is? I was not aware. That was the first time I heard that. How many of you are aware what is tithing? Yeah, few of you are aware. Tithing is charity. Now he guided me that buy 3 piggy banks. Every day when you wake up in the morning, a fixed amount in each piggy bank. Let it be $1. Amount doesn't matter. It is your habit. It is you are paying yourself first. Okay, you can't default not paying to others, but you are creating a wealthy mindset. This is the money habit that every day I'm saving, every day I'm investing, every day I'm giving. And this is where the shift starts. Now I'm doing this since last 14 years. And that is one of the things which everybody can start. Go to any supermarket, buy 3 piggy banks, start this. How many of you can do this? I was not clear that why this lesson, but this lesson was a game changer in financial freedom journey. So that is second, how you can do it. It's not moving. Yeah, okay. Now, instant gratification, delayed gratification. That is again part of managing money. Many times we have instant gratification. We want to buy everything immediately. The moment we get bonus, I have seen people, they get 300, 400,000 bonus. Immediately they start thinking about car. A big car, new model. Yeah, so Robert Kiyosaki is one story I learned from him. He says he wanted to buy a Porsche car, which was his dream car. And he got profit from one of the property deal. So that was his dream car. He got 100,000 as a profit from that deal. One part of his mind says, oh, you worked hard. Go and reward yourself. Buy this car. Every day you see that car in the showroom. He says, oh, go. Now you have money. But then his rich dad lessons, he says, build assets and make your assets to work for you and let those assets to feed your luxury. Now this needs some time, correct? So that's where the instant gratification, 95% people, they reward themselves instantly. 5% people, they build assets. And let those assets to work for you to create passive income. And let those passive income to give you luxury. We deserve luxury. Don't deprive yourself. Don't live below your means. But make your assets to work for you. Does it make sense? So this was second lesson. Third one is invest in yourself. You are here. You are investing your time. You are investing money. But keep doing this. Energy, focus, everything. This is how you can be financially free. So these are third lessons. This is a toolbox. Now you will have a question how we can do it. We are still surrounded with all those news, all those, our own bank statement, our financial statement, our own medical report. Now what if I say that we are all given 6 mental gifts? Now these 6 mental gifts makes us different than the animals. Now dogs and cats also have 5 senses, correct? So what is the difference we have as human being? Will is one of the gifts, very true. Which is the main gift? Now we had seen drone, correct? It is a creation, it is imagination. That power is given to us. Imagination is one of the power to create something which is not existing. I will go fast on this. Will. Very true. Will is a focus. Now if I show you this small device, if I take this in sunlight, what will happen? If I have a paper and then I put paper or cloth, it will ignite. It will ignite fire. Sunlight as it is has no power. But when I allow sunlight to pass through what I'm doing, I'm focusing sun energy at one point, and that is creating fire. Do you agree that our thoughts are scattered throughout the day? Even you are sitting here, you may be thinking something differently. True? Now we need to learn how to develop the will. Will is our ability to hold one picture at a time. Then third is thinking. Thinking is not mental activity that keeps on going. Thinking is reasoning. Thinking is asking that the food I'm eating is healthy or not unhealthy. The habits, watching Netflix, or I can do this for half an hour. Reacting or responding. Getting angry easily, or no, having a calmness. Don't allow other person to control you. Correct? We come across this situation every day. So thinking. Then fourth one is perception. How many of you have seen that world has changed pre-COVID and after COVID? True. Model has changed. So COVID was as it is. It is how people have perceived it. People made fortunes in COVID. People made, like even recently, the stock market. Do you agree that it was just a wealth transfer? It was money transferred from one person to another person. It is not evaporated. So people who have financial intelligence, they encased. People who were having greed and fear, they were slaughtered. Memory. Memory is also one of the gifts. Now, memory is our ability to recall our wins. Otherwise, what will happen? We will always recall what went wrong in our life, what mistakes I did. Somebody cheated me, somebody was angry with me, somebody did fraud with me. And then we recall entire event in our mind. Now, we have a choice to recall our wins. Then intuition. Intuition is, universe is having all the answers. It is just tapping into that frequency. How many of you believe in frequencies? Now, do you agree that the answers are there around us? When we are calm, when we are in different frequency. When we are stressed, we are in different frequency. The answers are there. If Thomas Edison has picked up that frequency, Wright brothers has done this, you and me, we can do it. So these are the 6 mental gifts. You are using GPS. You need to know 2 things, correct? When you are operating GPS. What are the 2 things? GPS will not work on its own. True. So do we know this? Where you want to go and where you are presently in terms of your belief system, in terms of your skills, in terms of your actions. And you can travel. Now something called paradigms which holds us back. I will not go much in detail because we are running short of time. So I'll close in 5 minutes. So paradigms are everything. How many of you have heard about paradigms? For me, it was at the age of 49. I didn't knew even there is something called paradigm. So it was difficult for me to understand what paradigms are. But when I understood that paradigms affects all these areas of my life, my ability to earn money. What if I say that if you are having struggle in financial freedom, it is paradigms. If you are having problem in perception, use of time, all those things are affected by paradigms. Now, do you agree that we should know what paradigms are? Paradigms are our mental programs, our belief system, the way we perceive, the way we see opportunity. Now, we need to change the paradigms. Now, what happens if you don't change, if you remain ignorant about your mind? So, it starts with ignorance. Now, when things are changing in the world, how many of you start having worry and doubt? We have, all of us, correct? So, worry and doubts are thoughts. And worry and doubts leads to, so negative thoughts leads to negative emotions, which is fear, frustration, anger, jealousy, guilt, resentment, disappointment. All those are emotions which are caused by thoughts. That results into anxiety. How many of you love to express anxiety? Go to social media and tell that, no, I am feeling anxiety today. We don't go. We suppress. Anything we suppress turns into, what is this? Depression. Depression turns into disease. Body is not at ease. Sleepless nights, body ache, headache, migraine. All those things are the effects. Now you have a choice to fight with effect. Go to doctor, take some medicine, have temporary relief. But if you want permanent relief, you have to change that mind. True? And opposite side was the creation. It comes with knowledge, study, understanding, faith, well-being, expression, and creation. So, mentors, learning. Like you are here because you feel that you resonate with Abdullah. Mentors play a very important part. What mentors can do, they can compress your timeline. They can identify your blind spots. These are my mentors. Now I asked my mentor, one of the mentors, that there are a lot of coaches in the world. A person gets one certificate and they start say that I'm coach. How to identify the right mentor? And his answer was, these 3 are. Whatever I am doing, relevant to you. So if suppose me and Abdullah, we are helping people on financial well-being. Now if that is relevant to you, definitely your first point is ticked. True? It is relevant. That's why you are in this room. Now comes resonance. Does my energy, my vibe resonate with you? Do you feel that I am authentic? Or I am just talking something which I read? Correct? If you feel that I am authentic, second point is ticked. Is this resonance? Because our subconscious mind picks up vibration. It resonates with us. And then third one is, did I got the results which I am claiming? Abdullah has got results. Abdullah has got hundreds of success stories. I got success stories. I applied this. I became financially free. So these are the 3 points you can always apply when you are, you can say, searching for a mentor. Now you have a choice. So Abdullah says that either after this event, if you don't change, you'll be keep on doing and keep on getting the same results. In the event, you are offered some opportunities to break free. Now, if you go to this route, you will keep on getting same results until it becomes worst. If you are not growing, you are dying. Or you get break free. And the opportunities were offered by Abdullah. Pain of growth or comfort of suffering. Pain of growth is temporary. Comfort of suffering is permanent. It is lifelong. Okay, this is some gift from my side. You can download my book, first 50 pages, scan this QR code.
And you can stay with us also for the end. You will have some gifts.
Yeah, and I didn't announce, so I don't know how many of you have played attention. I will give 2 books now also to the audience. So you can scan this QR code. If you feel you want to discuss more with me, we can meet for coffee. We can connect on Zoom. And this is the QR code for booking a discovery call with me. So how many of you found some value? How many of you feel that I left with some thinking? Yeah, and it says that your thoughts become things, or think and grow rich, correct? When you start your thinking. So that's all from my side. Thanks, Abdullah, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Big applause.